welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and Minnesota Vikings reportedly looking to trade the following names. Before we hop into that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. We are ever so close to 6,000. I can almost reach out and grab it. So, Minnesota Vikings, according to Jason LaConfora in his blog today on CBS NFL, said that the Vikings are looking to trade the following players, and they realize these aren't going to be home run type of deals, more like salary cap dumping kind of deals, but they got to make space somehow, and reportedly these guys' names are out to be had. I know I'm a little bit late to the game to this. It came out earlier today, but screw it. I'm the Lupagus, and I do what I want, and I'm going to talk about it. So the names he listed: wide receiver Adam Thielen, linebacker Eric Kendricks, defensive tackle Michael Pierce, and running back Delvin Cook. So let's talk about these guys one by one. You got Adam Thielen first, the wide receiver that he mentions. Adam Thielen, 31-year-old wide receiver, still playing very good football, has not been healthy the last couple of years. In fact, he has not had a full 17 game season since 2018. But again, a team that's ready to compete, close to a Super Bowl, looking for some wide receiver help. Adam Thielen, I mean, he's a damn good route runner, great hands, can make big plays. What would you get for him? I don't know. I mean, somewhere between round 3 and 5. I mean, it might be a conditional third or a conditional fourth. That could be a third. I think somewhere in the late second day, early day 3 range is what you're getting for Thielen. I can't see anything higher than that. Eric Kendricks. Now, Eric Kendricks to me is a tough one, because to me, this guy is definitely worth a first-round pick, but he's never going to get that on the market. 30 years old, and I still don't think he's appreciated league-wide the way he should be. His trade value to me, it's hard to even fathom what it could be. I wouldn't take anything less than a third rounder for him. That's how good I think he is, and that's how important he is to this defense. So to me, that's probably what I would take. I wouldn't take anything less. I don't know what the Vikings are thinking. To me, he's the hardest one to judge out of all these guys. Michael Pierce, you're probably getting anywhere between round 5 and 7. He comes here, free agent deal. He sits out the first year because of COVID. He's hurt his second year. I do like to see what he could do as his natural nose tackle position in the Vikings 3-4 fronts this year, but I think he's like a $10 million salary cap hit. I would move him, and again, get what you can get, because he might actually get cut. So he might net the least amount of any of these guys. And for a team to get Michael Pierce for anywhere between a 5th and a 7th round pick, I think that would be huge. The last one, Delvin Cook. Again, a guy who just, he cannot put together a full season. He never has. Last year, he just didn't quite look like himself. I think he went down really easy, and he missed 4 games, ran for just over 1,100 yards. But you look at what he can do. Like that tear he was on a couple seasons ago, where he had like 400 or 500 yards in 3 games. It was insane. I don't think you're going to get the value that Delvin Cook deserves. He's a running back. He's a highly paid running back at that. If you move him, I mean, you're probably looking at a 5th round or something like that, and Delvin Cook is worth way more than that. So I just think the reason, the running back position being so devalued, Cook's injury history, I think the Vikings will get very, very lowballed for him. And I just think the Vikings are, for what you get for Delvin Cook, you're better off just keeping him and figuring a way to pay that salary, because he is an explosive player. And if you do move your quarterback, you're going to need someone to carry this offense, and that could be Delvin Cook. And speaking of that, let's talk about the guys who weren't on this list, who weren't mentioned. Harrison Smith was not mentioned. Again, an aging player, but going to a team who maybe needs a little help to get to over the Super Bowl hump. Could have some value, probably a late round pick there. Danielle Hunter, and that guy would be worth multiple first round picks in my book. Still young, still very, very good. Yes, he's coming off a couple of injury riddled seasons, but he is that damn good. And then Kirk Cousins, he's the other one that was not mentioned, that was not on this list. You look now with what Russell Wilson got. Carson Wentz was just dealt to the Washington Commanders for 2 third-round picks. Cousins' value is somewhere in the middle there. 1st and a 5th, 1st and a 6th, 1st and a player. You're not going to get what Russell Wilson was able to get, but you got to get way better than Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz is ass. All right, so those are the guys that were mentioned today by Jason LaConfora. The Vikings are willing to deal. Let me know what you think, what you would get for them, what you think the Vikings might get for them, what you would give up to get them, what you would do to get your skull in your hole. Tell me that. That's most important.